is meant for everybody, but knowing that my audience is predominantly white, this should resonate with you quite a bit. When we're tasked with dismantling any system of oppression, everybody has to work towards it. Like, it's not just like the people who have been negatively impacted by that. Like, it's not just them that has to do the work. The people who are passive about it have to do something. The people who are active about it need to do something. And doing something doesn't mean like, you know, organizing a group and like being at the forefront, right? Like, there's all work that we can do internally to help the movement go. Sometimes we can't make huge strides towards progress out there. We can make it in here though very easily. When it comes to, you know, racism, that's what we talk about on this channel a lot, right? When it comes to dismantling racism, there's things that you, and I'm talking to the white folk out there, there's things that you need to do to help. You need to figure out what that is because it's your life and your choice. I personally know that I have been brought up with a lot of transphobic mentalities. So part of my job as someone who isn't actively part of the trans community is to educate myself and to listen to the voices of people who do decide to be at the forefront of that, so I can be better educated, so that they can tell me the things that I do not know, so that they can show me what I do not see. Like when we're talking about racism, the goal isn't to get people of color to where white people are, right? Because that would turn them into the very people that they've been actively fighting against, right? The goal is to liberate, you know, people of color in this instance, while simultaneously helping majority culture let go of the things that are inherently oppressive. Wealth is a huge one, and like I've said before, I would say that this whole race conversation is just as much, if not more, about class and socioeconomic status as it is the color of your skin, and we've made it that way because of the historic denial of access to wealth and resources for the people of color community. So when it comes to wealth, not only is it revitalizing, let's say, the black community financially, but it's also showing the white community, if we're going to speak on a whole, where they're being incredibly careless, actually while you're being incredibly careless and passively, or at least unbeknownst to you, feeding into systems of oppression just by putting your dollar with the people you choose to put your dollar with, right? So everyone has some work to do. We have to put money into the black community while simultaneously having the white community, or really middle class, upper middle class, upper class, the elites, learning how to live with less, right? To quote from the book on pages 45 and 46, but almost always during the initial stage of the struggle, the oppressed, instead of striving for liberation, tend themselves to become oppressors or sub-oppressors. The very structure of their thought has been conditioned by the contradictions of the concrete existential situation by which they were shaped. Their ideal is to be men, but for them to be men is to be oppressors. This is their model of humanity. Everybody do your share. And like, I'm a little upset at myself for making this series about like third graders, because typical Cassie, I did not think this out at all, but a lot of these lessons we actually learned a lot earlier. This one in particular was taught to me, at least, by a giant purple dinosaur, which now I'm questioning